In this lesson, we're going to be talking about search strategies. You need to carry out literature searches for a number of reasons. The simple one might be to find a book or an article that's on your reading list. But when you're writing an essay or doing your dissertation, you might need to go beyond your reading list. You want to find more articles, more books, more information about your essay topic or research topic. This is what we're going to be covering in this video. Tips for planning your search, examples of executing a really good search strategy, how to save your searches for later, and where to get some further resources. Okay, so you're about to start writing an essay. You have your essay question and you need to do some reading before you can start formulating your answer. It's a good idea to plan your search before you begin. Here are 3 steps you can take to start planning your searches. Firstly, take your essay question and break it down into keywords. We'll look at an example of that in a minute. The second step is to find synonyms or related terms for those keywords. And the third step is to level up your searching by using Boolean operators. So here's an example of an essay question. If you type that whole sentence into Google or into the library search bar, your results would be a mess. You need to parse out the important information and feed that into the search system. If you had to break this down into some key terms and phrases, what would you choose? Here's one interpretation. We've highlighted the key terms in red. The second step now is to find synonyms for those terms. Why are we doing this? Well, often in scholarly literature, you'll find that different terminology is used. For instance, you may be researching teenagers, but when you search for that, you get very few results because the literature uses the term adolescents instead. It may take a bit of trial and error to find terms that are most appropriate. You can use a Thesaurus to help you find some synonyms or look at some articles on your reading list. So here's what I came up with. Obviously, this list is not exhaustive. You can spend as much time as you want on this and try using a thesaurus or a subject index in a database to help you. You'll notice that some of the terms have an asterisk beside the word. This is to give the database a specific instruction. It's called truncation. So if I searched BOY asterisk, it tells the database to search the word boy and any word that starts with boy, such as boys plural. It also works in the middle of a word, such as WOM asterisk N. That would search woman and women. You can consider other things to find related terms too, like any acronyms associated with the topic. For instance, if you're researching curriculum in Ireland, you might include the NCCA. You can look at abbreviations and plurals of key phrases. You can also think of regional variety, such as different spelling in American English and British or Irish English. There are also different words that might be used in different regions, so the term educator might be more used in the US, etc. This is George Boole. He was a mathematician who lived in Cork, and even though he died 150 years ago, he still influences how we search databases. He came up with 3 terms which you can use when searching a database to tell it to give you either more or fewer results, to make your search more precise or broader. The first of 3 Boolean operators is AND. So if you're searching a database and you want to find an article that discusses children in Ireland, you need the search results to only include that have the term children and the term Ireland in them. If it's about children in Spain and it doesn't mention Ireland, then that article is no use to you. So we tell the database to only give us results with both, and we do that by telling it to search children and Ireland. The second Boolean operator is OR. So if you were doing research on children from the age of 1 to 5, you might want to broaden the search term that you're using. Some of the literature may use the word child or children, and some may use the word toddler. So in this case, you want to include either of those terms. You can use the operator to tell the database to give you results that have either children or toddlers. The last operator, NOT, is especially helpful. This tells the database to exclude any results with a particular word or phrase. So for instance, if you wanted results about children but not teenagers, you could tell the database to search children, not adolescents. Here's another tip. You can put your search term in quotation marks and it will tell the database to search only that phrase, not just either word. For example, searching secondary school in quotes will retrieve results that only have that exact phrase and will exclude results that only say secondary or only say school. Okay, so that's our planning done. We have a bunch of different terminology to draw from. We know what Boolean operators are going to help us. The next thing to do is to actually execute the search. There are a few places to do this. One is to search the library catalogue. Here's a video showing you a search you could do on the library website. Searching the library website will find resources that we have in the building, such as books, as well as searching the online resources we subscribe to. Here's an example using some of the terms we came up with in our exercise and using two Boolean operators to both be more precise and broaden our search. There we can see we have a number of results for resources about our topic. But this is quite a lot of results to scroll through. We need to filter our results to find exactly what we're looking for. We can use the library search filtering options to do this. So say you're studying at home and you want to read articles now. You can choose to show results that have full text available. This means it will only show results where we can read the whole article or book online. We can also choose to only look at results from academic journals. We can choose to show only results in English, and maybe we only want to look at recent research in this area. We can refine our results to only show us things published in the last 5 years. So here's an example of one of our results. We can click through and read the abstract to see what it's about, and then download the whole article. The alternative to searching on the library catalogue is to search one of the databases. While the library catalogue results are pulled from the databases, it can be very helpful to go directly to a database to search. One reason is because it narrows the field, so we have fewer results to sort through. Here's a video showing how to search in one of the databases. You can find the databases by going to the A to Z databases list on the website. We can choose one of 9 databases, say Education Source by EBSCO. Here you can see that the search is already formatted into multiple boxes for you. This is to make it easier to do a Boolean search. We can put our different search terms in each box and set the operator to what's appropriate. You may want to filter your results in the database too. All databases will have an option to do this, though they may look a little different in each one. Keep practicing and playing around with it until it's familiar. Here we can see that our search has given us 20,000 results. That's too many to sort through. So let's refine it by full text and by scholarly sources only. That's brought it down to 7,000 already. We can refine further by choosing to see only results from academic journals and ones written in English. We can choose just to look at recent research, and that's limited our results already to just 1,500. You can now look through your results or refine your search even more. If you're struggling to think of related terms for your keywords, you can use a database to help you by using its Thesaurus. What this does is find all the articles filed under a specific term, and the database Thesaurus will give you both broad categories and show you all the smaller categories under that umbrella. Here's how you find it in Education Source. Click on Thesaurus at the top. You can search for a term, for instance psychology. Then you can look at the related terms that the database has suggested for you. You can choose one, say child psychology, and then look at the terms related to that. Tick the ones you're interested, for instance mental health, click add, and then you can run your search. Now you can see all the articles in a database that are tagged with that subject heading. You can filter these searches as well, and you can add in more keywords at the top. A useful tip is to save your search on the library catalogue or a database. This can be really helpful, especially if you do a really good search but you don't have time to look through everything at that moment, or if you come across something and want to find it again later. You can save searches on the library catalogue. Here's a video of how to do that. In this search, we're just looking for physical books in the library. We can start our search simply, then choose the Advanced Search button to refine it a bit. Here we can add in some optional terms using Boolean operators and run the search again. To limit your search results to just physical books in the library, check the Catalogue button. If you're logged into your library account, you can go to the Share button at the top and save the persistent link to the URL to run the search again later. It's easy to save searches in databases. If you want to save searches in our databases, you need to create a personal profile with the database supplier. We have 3 in Marino: EBSCO, Sage and Taylor & Francis. They're quick to set up and they're free. So say you want to look at a search you saved earlier in Sage. You can go to the database through the library website. It's important to always go through the library website, as that's how it authenticates your access. Then you can log into your personal profile. After logging in, view your account and look at your saved searches. Here's one I saved earlier. Click on the title to run the search again. Thank you for watching this video. If you want more help with this topic, please email the library at library.desk@mie.ie. You can take a look at our guides on the library website, where you can also download a handout on literature searching.